Hey, time to talk movies. Should be a decent weekend of movies. So Paulo is coming on with us.
From the legendary Ron and Fez studios in a predominantly white neighborhood, Ron and Fez presents Showtime with the Paulo.
Yeah, hi, Paul. You like some movie?
Yeah, Paulo, you like the movie. How are you?
Hi, Paul.
Paul, you like some movie?
Yes.
I want to ask you right off the bat, what was that movie today that O&A were promoting, Fez?
Bad Boy Bubby? Is that it?
Is that the name of it, Paulo? Have you heard of this film?
Bubby?
Yeah.
Bubby. Doesn't. I think something's starting to stir in my head. What?
You think you'll be all right?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure if I know the spelling of it or something, but it's not this week. It's not opening this week, so it's not on my.
I think it's an Australian film.
And it's already on DVD.
Oh, well then, who cares? Who cares?
You, who says he sees all the movies.
Well, Bubby. I'm not sure if I know what you're talking about, Bubby. What's it about? I mean, tell me. And since somebody knows something, I don't know.
All right, go ahead. Review whatever you're going to review.
All right. Okay. So, well, this week, I don't know. It's Elizabethtown and Domino and the Fog, which has just been dumped, and nobody's going to review it because...
All right, let's go Elizabethtown. We all like Cameron Crowe, but we know he's got a sweet tooth. So he's almost like he can get chick flicky on us. Earl, you have plans for Elizabethtown?
Oh, yeah.
No, not at all.
Elizabethtown,
I always see his films because I always love the soundtrack. So even if I'm hating the movie, I can sit there and enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, there's music nonstop through the movie. I mean, Elizabethtown starring Orlando Bloom and Kirsten Dunst and lots of other people like Susan Sarandon show up. Alec Baldwin shows up in it. This movie has been attacked a little because there's been different versions. He's been showing at different of the festivals.
But that's his fault. I mean, if you take something to a festival and it's not done, you deserve to be pounded for it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, so there's some is a longer one, and then there's a shorter one. Now this is the version, and I'll be honest with you, it's always him sort of taking a big star and putting his life into that big star and trying to work it around this guy. And Orlando Bloom is the star this time.
Are you buying into the Orlando Bloom thing? Because I haven't yet. I don't know if he's an actor.
To be honest with you, Orlando Bloom is a little wimpy in the role. If anybody who has any balls in this movie, it's Kirsten Dunst.
Right.
I mean,
Orlando Bloom is a cute chick, and you're like, Orlando Bloom is, all right, if I have to go to jail, I'll look for whoever looks like Orlando Bloom.
And actually, Kirsten Dunst is the man in this movie, for all intents and purposes.
And I'm not a fan of hers either. That's the problem for me.
Yeah, is she tolerable through this thing?
Well, her character is so intensely likable that it's almost too much. You know, she is so needy. She's so ready to be accepting of anything that's thrown at her. She's ready. I mean, of course, she loves Orlando Bloom the first time she sees him. And she's got that kind of romantic quality, I guess, that Cameron Crowe wishes that he has in his life. I mean, he's married to the Heart guitarist.
Right, but he's not married to the real fat one. He's married to the secondary fat one.
Yeah, he's married to the guitarist.
The fat less one.
But I mean, so it's
the Thin Bush twin.
No, yeah, I wouldn't throw Thin out there. But definitely less than the other one.
It's very well written, and there's a lot of great music, as you say. The story is that, and there's a lot of plot going on here. I mean, you've got, he loses $1 billion for his company, so he has to deal with that.
All right, well, don't go ruining it for us. We like to see the film. Should we go see it, Paulo?
He is the spoiler.
And his father dies.
Come on, Paulo. I want to see the film.
I understand, but these are important points. I mean,
I know, and I feel like I can pick up on them by saying it.
No, I know. The secondary points, I mean, the real central core of the movie is the Kirsten Dunst relationship with him. And she's just a stewardess that he meets on his
Will
trip
he
back.
say whether it's a good movie or not, Fez?
Yes,
He won't. See the movie or just buy the soundtrack?
I'm going to be one of the 4 people who really loves this more. One out of 4, I'm one of the 4 that really likes this movie.
All right, so you're with the 25%.
I would say I'm with the 25% that likes this movie, yeah.
Is it better than History of Violence, the film you loved?
No.
All right, here's Scott from Tennessee. He wants to talk to you. Hey, Scott, you're on with Paulo. at the movies.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the first time I've called your show. I've listened to you since the first day. I haven't missed a day, and it's absolutely wonderful.
Thank you very much, Scott. I appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, man, but my major fucking complaint here is your movie guy. Last week he was talking about the history of violence, compared it to fucking The Godfather.
He said better.
Yeah. And I'm not, this ain't no fucking radio bit. I told my wife when we left the movies I was going to call you guys.
Uh-huh.
One of the fucking top 5 worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And you see,
Fucking sucked.
this
My
really
sister was going to
fascinating.
go the next night, and I told her to save her money.
And I really do recommend you go back and see it about 5 more times, sir.
Why would he do that?
And, you know, I promise you, just see it 5 more times, and I'm sure you're going to just love it.
There was a decent sex scene in it,
Okay.
and there was no violence. The movie didn't go nowhere. Viggo Mortensen, horrible actor. His wife, it was like a fucking commercial. It was absolutely...
All right, Scott, you want Polo to send you the money for the tickets? Polo, you want me
I'm
to
not interested.
get his
If
address?
anything,
Actually,
I want...
I'll wholly give you my address. It's $20 fucking.
I want
Seems only fair, Paulo.
I want you to commit another $100 to this movie.
No.
Yes.
He hates it.
You get one chance, Paulo, with each film.
No, he needs to
Yeah, the bad part is we got 3 kids that
Uh-huh.
I shoved off to my mom's house because we don't ever get a chance to go out. So
Aw.
Santa's so good, so I got my mom to watch the kids. Me and my wife went out to eat, and
All right,
made a night of it. And that
Scott,
movie
here's what I recommend. You never trust Polo with movies or Fez with football. That's my rule of thumb.
I will have a lock of the week tomorrow.
I won't
thought
listen.
it was pretty clear, though, that this is a
See you later,
film
buddy.
that's going to haunt your dreams.
Paulo,
And
what are you doing to people?
I'm not
You know, our friend Laura Brooks saw the film, liked it. So I don't know where to go with this, Fez. Normally, she's pretty good about film reviews, too. So I don't know what to do about it. I was supposed to go with Mikey D, and apparently you've screwed up my friendship with Mikey D, Fez.
No, I mean-
I won't even get into that on the air.
How did that happen?
He felt very let down, like I chose you over him.
Well, why
And
wouldn't you?
same with Earl. Because why should I have to make a choice? Why can't I have different friends? Why can't all of us just go see this film?
I'm
Yeah,
not
I mean,
going anywhere
Just
with
give
him.
me
He's
a
an
little
asshole.
peace. Give me a little peace of mind.
Go see it this week, and then go see it again next week. And there'll be more that, you know, you get out of it. But
All right, so you liked Orlando Bloom in this, or you didn't? I'm
I
gonna
don't like- no.
I'm gonna check with Eastside Dave. I trust him when it comes to movie reviews. Eastside Dave.
After Elizabethtown, Orlando Bloom's going to be Lord of the Oscars. How's your wife, Polo?
He says after this, he is going to be Lord of the Oscars. That big, Polo?
he's blooming.
Yeah.
He's blooming, but he's not there. I don't think he's come full flower.
All right, here's Garbage Dick. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Paulo, isn't this movie the same thing as Garden State? It looks exactly like it based on the trailers.
I've been hearing a lot of the comparisons to Garden
By the
State.
way, a lot of people love Garden State. I couldn't stand it. I hate that actor.
Garden State was a great movie, Ron.
I hate that guy.
Scrubs, I call him.
Yeah, Scrubs. I'm going to show you a scene in that film why I hate it the most. There's a scene where they kiss and they hug and they're in the rain. And this kid is like the director, writer, star of the film. And what's the little girl who's in the film with him?
Natalie Portman.
Who's really the hottest little piece of ass out there. He takes her head as he hugs and tucks her into the armpit as he glares at the camera for a good 68 seconds. And he's the director, just so the fucking scene is about him. I was so sick from it.
Oh, more close-ups on me, Scrubs.
You haven't seen this yet? What are you waiting for, Fez? You got to get out more. Me and Mikey D and Earl are going to go.
I'm waiting for it to be on DVD.
All right,
I'll
let me
tell
do
you-
this, Fez. Let me book Mikey D on the show next week. And talk this thing out. And if it works, we all leave here and go to the movies together. Does that sound fair to you, Earl? Maybe I better save Elizabethtown, because I don't know if I'm going to spend my money on that either.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Elizabethtown is definitely, you know, not the greatest Cameron Crowe movie of all time.
Rank them from top to bottom.
All right, well, you know, Almost Famous, I think, is probably the best. You know, Say Anything and Jerry Maguire, you know, depending on your mood, could be the next two.
Fourth.
I mean, Singles is not something I was ever that all interested.
So is that fourth?
I guess, you know, Vanilla Sky sucked.
So this is the fifth best out of the top six.
No, I wasn't ranking Elizabethtown yet. Okay, so if
Rank
I'm
it.
I would have to put it fourth. Yeah.
Fourth.
Yeah.
You're the one who came up with 1 through 4, Polo. Of course you're ranking.
Let's try to get that up there and see if they go. Polo says it's the 4th best of the 6 Cameron Crowe films. All right, I'm definitely not going now.
That's not the way to get published, Polo.
You talked me out of it. It's in the lower half of Cameron Crowe films.
That's not saying it's not emotionally enriching and fulfilling. I'm not saying that.
It's better than Singles, which I hated, by the way.
Yeah, I hated it too.
Cabana, you're in Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, this is totally off the reason I called, but
Go ahead.
I hope there's not a scene in there where they're all on a bus singing a stupid Elton John song, Paulo.
Oh, come on. You cried during that scene a little bit.
Yeah,
You were crying.
Yeah.
You were loving that scene.
Hey,
And
Paulo,
first of all-
should I go see Thumbsucker with Vince Vaughn this weekend or what?
It looks good, Polo. What do you think
Look,
of Thumbsucker?
first of all, you got to make sure you're seeing Thumbsucker, not Chum Scrubber, because there is some confusion.
Paulo, you're so
I get knocked down, but I get up again. Oh, that's Thumb. All right, so should you go see Thumbsucker, Polo?
Yeah, Thumbsucker is an enjoyable little indie film. I mean, you got not only Vince Vaughn showing up, but Keanu Reeves as the orthodontist.
You know what I'm seeing the commercials for, and every commercial I'm getting closer to seeing it is Jarhead. Jarhead I might be down with.
Jamie Foxx and Darnie Darko together.
Yeah, we're reliving the Iraq experience.
Yeah.
Before it's over.
Yeah. Well, no, this is the first one.
Oh, the first Gulf War. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal has got movies all over the place. I mean, the big movie everybody's talking about is Brokeback Mountain, the gay cowboy movie.
That I'll see.
You go with Mikey D to that?
Sure.
All right, Fez and Mikey D, we'll go to Brokeback Mountain together. And if you two don't leave there as friends, then I'll accept that. Hey, Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Paulo, you so stuck on Cameron Crowe because he's got a fat, disgusting wife, too? Check it.
No. First of all,
What do you say, jackass?
my wife, sir. First of all, my wife is not fat and disgusting. She's crazy
gorgeous.
and homicidal at this point. And I think Nancy Williams is still attractive.
Hey, Paulo, can you get her talking crazy anymore? She's still nice.
Oh.
I really miss crazy.
I know. And, it's really not predictable for me either. I really don't know which way she's going to be.
So you're saying she still does have her bad moments where she
Yeah,
goes
I mean,
off.
God knows you guys get her in the studio and start feeding her Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
In
I'd
about
love
half
to.
an hour, she'll have wrecked your studio.
I'd love to do that. Hey, Dean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Dean! Hello, Dean. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm from Elizabethtown, where
Sorry.
they filmed that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And we already seen the movie, and I'm telling you, it's a real good movie. It's a guaranteed laugh.
It's just because you know where the drugstore is, and you know what I mean? Like, I've watched movies that I know where things are, and I act like they're good, too.
Finally, there's a plus to living in Elizabethtown. They got to see the film first.
I never even heard of it before.
I don't want to come off sounding a little biased.
It's okay to be a homer.
Yeah, I mean,
Fez is a homer.
sir, it's about the heartland, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's
about real
good
people.
film. Yeah, it's a real good film.
So
Why
I
don't you tell us
appreciate
any
it.
of this in your review,
You're a
Polo?
real person, and you understand what he's saying, right? That's what I'm saying.
What are you saying? You can't be a real person if you live on a coast?
No.
Somehow we're not real?
I think they're a little more real. I think, if you live in Indiana or someplace like that, Pennsylvania. The non-coast side of Pennsylvania.
All right, what else you got, Polo, for this?
Domino. Domino is a true story.
Domino.
Yeah, it's one of the
Romeo, Romeo. There you go. So what's it about, Polo?
Okay, it's a true story. Lawrence Harvey's daughter. He's a famous film actor who's an Manchurian
Here,
candidate.
let's see a clip from the movie, okay, Polo? Let's watch this clip.
Don't wanna discuss it. Think it's time for a change. You may get disgusted. Start thinking that I'm strange. Yankees are going to ground. Get some heavy rest.
This looks good.
Never
Yeah.
have to
Hi, I'm
worry
Lawrence Harvey's daughter.
Wait, here's the best part of the whole
about
movie.
what is
Right here.
worst
Watch.
or what is best. Oh, Domino. All right. Romeo, Romeo, there you go. Lord have mercy. I said, oh, Domino.
Opens nationwide Friday.
There you go.
Good picture, Polo.
That was the best scene in the year.
Great movie.
It's a great concept for a movie.
Domino. Dig it, Polo.
Unknown.
Who's playing the part of these horns?
That's Schultz. Muscle Schultz. The best scene in the movie. Actually, a great concept for a movie. An absolutely horrible movie. Tony Scott, one of the Scott brothers, never as good as Ridley. He's no Ridley. And,
who's in this film?
You got Keira Knightley as Domino, and she was a sort of a privileged girl, sort of a model, sort of a jet setter type. Then she, she just went nuts and became a bounty hunter.
Wait, we got another clip for you. This looks good, Polo.
I could have used a little more cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. You should probably give him more cowbell.
And
I can't hear you, Polo. Van Morrison's too loud.
You're talking over the trailer. Polo.
Lots of people show up in this movie.
There goes Polo.
Oh, Domino. All right. Domino, there you go. Lord have mercy.
It's good.
I said,
Yeah, but Christopher Walken has a
Hey, Matt, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
That's Max.
Yeah. Okay, Max.
You just make a list of Cameron Crowe movies and didn't put Fast Times at Ridgemont High on it?
Well,
he didn't direct.
He
Fast
didn't direct
Times.
it, and I agree that's a great movie too. Sure.
And let's not ever forget Wildlife if we're just going by films that he wrote but didn't direct. That film you never even see the light of day. Doesn't make HBO. I don't even think there's a DVD. Why, Polo?
Sometimes it hasn't caught up with the technology.
I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
There's older movies than that on DVD, Polo.
And HBO and whatever.
I understand, but I think.
Do you, Polo?
I do. I do understand, but in any case, that's that he didn't direct it, so don't.
Right. Eric, you're on with Polo.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
What do you say there, buddy?
Hey, I saw that they're having a contest for the Elizabethtown movie. You can win an all-expense-paid trip to Elizabethtown.
Right.
Don't bother, because I drive through Elizabethtown all the time. Besides the plane ticket, all expense paid would be about $50 for you to go to the mall and the movie. That'd be about it.
And then they're going to give away John Mellencamp's house, and you can paint the mother pink.
Paint it pink, that's right.
Everyone was watching MTV back then, if you can get that reference. It was just one giveaway, and then you can paint the mother pink. Polo, this is the last time we're going to do movie reviews with you. You're out with movie reviews. Fez's Lock of the Week is also done. We've got to move forward.
I'll have my lock tomorrow. A really good one.
Just be clear. I shouldn't in any way be responsible for them. Tony Scott is entirely responsible for the wreck that is Domino. I didn't do it.
All right, Polo. We'll see you later. There he goes, Polo.
His life's a movie.
His life is a movie. Bad one. It's a bad Oxygen film. Just on the Oxygen network. Nowhere else.